All right, everyone. Do your thing. Tapping and sharing. And you're looking for opposition, okay? So anybody who disagrees with the background prompt, you're welcome to come on up, okay? But let's try to the taps and the shares and all that fun stuff first, because that will help get a decent amount of people in the live and hopefully a good amount of guests. Stallion, you're not somebody you're not a serious person. You're a troll and a shitty troll at best. So that's why I'm not bringing you up. But we're looking for people that actually can speak towards this topic, which isn't going to be much in my experience, but we'll see. Stallion, that's why I don't take you seriously. That's a horrible line of logic right there. Trippin', I'm going to invite you. You're likely not going to accept it. You're going to make an excuse. It's always the same old excuses. Trippin', if you want to come up and tell us why you think soy is bad, you're welcome to do that. You can't prove shit, Stallion. Stallion, you are a troll. You are a shitty, shitty troll. No one takes you seriously. You're lucky I don't even block you. Surd oils are inflammatory. All right, Snake. Well, tell us why you believe that to be true. We're all waiting on you to come up, Snake. And just to let you guys know, we hear the same arguments every single time. It's not like anytime you guys bring up an argument, it's a new thing. We hear the same old things every single time. Dan, you can come on up if you want. I'm going to invite you. If anybody's in the comments making claims, I'm going to invite you to come on up. I'm going to ask you to substantiate them. Soybeans are amazing. They survive off of tofu and soy milk. Dan, I've invited you. I want you to come up and prove that, okay? Everybody else, I hope you guys are all having a good Sunday so far. Hope you guys had a nice 4th yesterday. If anybody's just joining, if you guys can like the live by tapping it, if we can get the likes on up, that'd be great. And if you have not sent in a heart me yet today to me, to my live, please go ahead and do so. And what else? If you're on YouTube, if you want to subscribe, like the live as well, that'd be great. Yeah, Zichas, whatever your name is, you can come on up. I've invited you to come up. And those who are in the tube, I'm putting the phone number in so you can call on in. Hi, how are you?
I'm doing good, Dougie. How you doing?
Doing great. I just need to know your age first before we move forward.
I don't know. 48 is about right. 48 or 49. I don't really pay attention.
Okay, cool. Do you disagree with anything that's on screen?
What's the argument today?
What I have on screen, do you think seed oils, artificial sweeteners, and soy are bad, or that raw milk is not?
Say that again. Let me turn up my volume here. Say that again, please.
Do you think seed oils, artificial sweeteners, or soy, any of those are bad? Or do you think that raw milk is
they're
good?
Terrible.
It's on screen. Okay, why?
We've known that for years.
Okay, seed oils.
Why do you think seed oils? Anybody that grew up on a farm like I did knows how bad they are for you.
Okay, so tell us. Hold on, slow down. Why do you think seed oils are bad?
because seed oils about the only thing they're good for is lubrication. When you use them in the human body, they're unnatural. They're not good for you. Now,
Okay, but
and
tell us what health issue they cause.
they clog up your arteries for
Okay,
one.
can you? Okay, how can you show evidence of that?
Why would I have to show evidence? If you want evidence, go look it up.
Well,
Somebody
you
can go
made the
look it up.
claim. No, 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 but just because you say it to be true, that doesn't make it true. So I want you to
Right.
provide
But growing up
evidence.
on a farm and then all my people being in the nursing, the health
You
industry,
you growing up
we
on a
know.
farm doesn't dictate whether you're saying is true. If you're going to say it clogs the arteries, show us.
Go look it up for yourself. I don't need to prove anything. I know the truth
Well,
already. Come
what
on,
you do.
Doug.
That's how debates work. What's up,
Let's
Spencer?
just
That's how
play
debates
chess.
work.
It'd be
Hi.
more fun.
No.
I
So
mean, you'd lose that too.
I can show
Um,
you first the physiology of how like cholesterol and dietary fat is absorbed, and then I can explain why LDL from specifically an increased saturated fat diet and dietary cholesterol would lead to cardiovascular disease if you're interested. And I can give you the evidence for it as well.
Are you interested?
If
sure,
you're
go
interested,
ahead.
okay. So,
I don't really care because at 65 years old, being healthy as
no, this is
fuck
not
from eating.
65-year-old evidence. This is actually fairly new. A lot
Really,
of the
because
things
I
that
think I
we've
know how old I
discovered.
am. Pretty sure I know how old I am.
I don't care
Okay, cool.
how old you are. I care about the evidence. But basically, here's a little graph that I made for a video on specifically this topic because I was doing research in heart disease for a decent period of time. So what happens when you consume fat? And I'm gonna rest my phone here so that way it's not moving as much. When you eat fat-containing foods like, let's say, fried chicken, it enters special cells in your intestine called enterocytes. They're absorbed through something called a lacteal, which is a lymphatic vessel. And they're absorbed through a lacteal after being packaged up in these little things called chylomicrons. They're just little bubbles of fat, and that's how your body is able to absorb it because your body is mostly water, and water really does not like fat. If you've ever mixed oil with water, you know this. And so instead of just letting the fat really difficultly like try to swim through the water, your body packages up in chylomicrons. So those chylomicrons are absorbed through lacteals, which travel through your lymphatic vessels up until the left subclavian vein, where they enter your circulatory system. The reason why it has to enter through the left subclavian vein and not vessels around your intestines is because the chylomicrons are so large. And this is just for the efficiency of actually transporting these chylomicrons around your body. Once they're inside of your blood vessels, they're used by enzymes such as, I believe, PLA2, I think, or it's a phospholipase. And what it does is it basically clips off all of the fatty acids, which get bound up in a protein called albumin, and then it's absorbed by your muscle and fat. That's why fat is so high in calories and so high in energy, and it gives you so much energy, is because it's very long and it takes a lot of energy to basically get all of that fat, each unit inside of a fat molecule can give you some energy. It is very, very good for giving you energy. And so your fat and your muscles take up the fat from the chylomicron, and then the remnants are just cholesterol. That is all that's left because cholesterol cannot be used for energy. And so that cholesterol is shuttled to your liver, where your liver will convert that into something called very low density lipoprotein, which is a package full of cholesterol and a little bit of lipids. Now, the issue with very low density lipoprotein is that each time it passes through cell walls, it has the potential to be oxidized. And on top of that, VLDL is converted back into LDL after being used up by muscle again, and through this entire cycle here, it gets converted to LDL. Hence why very low density lipoprotein converted to low density lipoprotein. Intuitively, it makes sense if you hear the two words. And now LDL and very low density lipoprotein both can be oxidized. And when they're oxidized, they can't be used. Your body cannot use them to turn them into hormones, cannot use them to put them into the membrane. And as a result, your immune system, which specifically white blood cells called macrophages, which travel through your bloodstream, are left to take care of all of this extra LDL and VLDL from your diet. Because remember, chylomicrons initially came from your diet. Now, your immune cells, macrophages, they don't like eating a lot of cholesterol. And when they eat too much cholesterol because all you eat is steak and butter, they turn into foam cells and then they die. And that's what atherosclerosis is. It is a macrophage that turned
He's not even
foamy.
there anymore. I think he dropped. Did he drop? Yeah, he's fine.
Damn.
Well,
I do my
hopefully
best to keep it simple.
it's all good. I'm sure some people in the chat were listening. It
Hopefully
didn't go
it
unheard.
helped.
Don't worry. It didn't go unheard. All right, let me minimize you and I'll come back
I
up.
tried.
Hey guys, I didn't even realize he dropped. Sorry, I was trying to look at some of the other comments. It's all good though. Guys, we are looking for opposition, okay? So anybody who disagrees with the background prompt, please hit the request button at the bottom of the screen, okay? So if you think Cetos, artificial sweeteners, and soy are bad, or that raw milk is not, or anything as it relates to nutritional-based things, you can come on up, okay? And again, if you are on the tube, you can call on in. He stopped immediately when she started. I'm not surprised. I don't think he cared enough anyways. I really don't think so. Is everybody having a good day, though, so far? Hopefully.
Pretty good. How was your day?
Yeah, not too bad. Not too bad. Slept in a bit, but I'm streaming a good amount of the day. Why is raw milk bad? Well, Santa, you can come on up. We can talk about it. I still don't know why people today in 2026 are drinking raw milk when they have the option not to.
The funny part is, like, half of them go like, yeah, raw milk is great after you boil it.
Yeah, I know. That one always goes right over their head. It's crazy that they say that. Crazy how they run away from education. I think sometimes they just don't care enough. You're not asking because I drink. No, that's good. You're good, Santa. It's unfortunately a thing that some people do. Some people drink raw milk thinking that it's good or a superfood or something like that. So I wouldn't be talking about it if it wasn't a thing. Less processing and chemical, Jesse, on YouTube. Are you talking about raw milk? Again, you can call on in, but I don't know what chemical you're referring to. No, they don't realize it's the same. They don't. A lot of them that I talk to don't know what pasteurization is. They just assume it's some sort of like a chemical process thing. They have no idea about it.
Ray, it's easier if I just explain it, but the question was, is a lot of fiber good or bad for you? So technically, for a normal, healthy individual, a lot of fiber is always going to be good. There's no current understanding of what like the upper limit would be for fiber. That being said, if you have something like IBS, Crohn's disease, or you really struggle with constipation, then going from 0 to 100 with your fiber is probably not the best bet. And I would recommend going really gradually, and that's a lot what like dietitians would recommend. And if you are put on a like low FODMAP diet or whatnot, and like they're telling you to not eat too much fiber because of the way that your gut is, whether that be Crohn's, IBS, etc., just follow whatever recommendation they give. But largely speaking, there's not really an upper limit.
You're gonna get some disagreement though in the comments. I guarantee it. Maybe not on TikTok, but on YouTube for sure.
Yeah, fiber is consumed by your gut bacteria, and so you want to introduce it slowly so your gut can get used to like having all that gut bacteria to actually have that fiber get digested. Otherwise, it just sits in your gut. So if you like went from no fiber to having a lot of fiber, you just don't have the gut microbiome to actually handle that fiber. So if you went from carnivore with no gut microbiome effectively to eating like fully vegan, you're probably going to be constipated as all hell because you have no gut bacteria.
Hey, Jason in the tube, I've already responded to you, but again, you can call on in. I have the phone number there in the comments. So just because people drank raw milk for thousands of years, it's not now suddenly bad. Again, a very poor understanding of this. People have done many, many things for thousands of years. That doesn't mean it was the best. Doesn't mean it was optimal. It's what they had at the time. It's not suddenly bad. And I don't know why you mean suddenly. We've known for quite a while that actually raw milk is not good. This isn't a new thing. What's incorrect? Red-handed? I don't know what you disagree with, but you can come on up. Remember, guys, if you disagree, there's a request button at the bottom of the screen. Am I vegan? I am not. However, though, I've certainly changed my mind on it over the, well, I don't want to say over the years, but recently. I would say I don't have a good argument against veganism at all. I do think they have the moral high ground. I don't think there is a good argument against it, to be honest. I've never heard a good argument against it. So I understand for it to be a better thing in general, for sure. Something I've sort of changed my mind on somewhat recently. I'm wrong on all points. Well, why don't you come on up? I don't know what points I said that I was wrong on, but you can come on up. We can talk about it. Thank you, Debbie. Thank you. If you guys are enjoying live, hit the request button, and you can give a Scientific Extension follow too. Raw milk has more nutrients. Okay, you can also come on up. Tell us what nutrients it has more of that makes it worth having. Yeah, Ray. I don't know. They're always very slow to request on this live. It's always really difficult to get them to come up. They never really have any good arguments. Most of them just wait in the comments. They're just waiting for somebody else to come up who might know a little bit more about it for them to do the debate for them. I recommend to your guests being vegan does not cause constipation. Oh, I don't think she said that. I don't believe she said that, at least.
Yeah, no, I never said veganism causes constipation. I said if you went from 0 to 100 without any like gradual increase in fiber, then you're likely to be constipated for a good while. Yeah, no, it's generally about fiber. So like vegan diets are really high in fiber, which is really good. In fact, I'm technically vegetarian right now. But like when it comes to like trying to adjust to a diet, fiber is digested by gut bacteria, not by your actual gut. So you have to gradually introduce it.
What fortunate faces you have in your background? My was already pointing at JFK. I think you meant RFK, Mitch, but yeah, I gotcha. Either way. Ray, I don't think he disagrees. No, I don't think his comment says that he disagrees. Somebody said raw milk means whole milk? No. Guys, I want to make it clear. When we're talking about raw milk, we're talking about milk straight from the cow. We're not talking about raw versus like 1, 2 grams. We're not talking about that. We're talking about pasteurized versus milk straight from the cow. I get it, Mitch. You're all good. No worries. But again, people on the tube, I know you're very opinionated. Just come on up. I keep putting the phone number in the comments so you can call on it. I know it's easy in the comments to make all these claims because you have nobody pushing back on you, but maybe come on up. You only want milk from a cow? Well, you're going to have to accept the risk of getting more sick if you do that. Raw milk from your mother. Yeah, guys, those are not the same thing. Being breastfed is not the same thing as raw milk from a cow. Yes, unpasteurized, correct. Pasteurized versus unpasteurized. Yes. If everyone stopped eating meat, most of those domesticated animals would go extinct because they have zero survival instincts and too many predators. We would have to actively protect them. That's not true at all. I don't know where you got that from. That is just not true. What does my background have to do with raw milk? It's just sort of like an engagement thing. That's all it is. It's ironic that he and them are eating McDonald's, yet they talk about the things that are in the title. That's it. That's it. It's just an engagement bait. That's how social media can be, you know. Wish you didn't have to, but it's part of it. Drinking raw milk is like eating raw chicken, not a good idea. However, though, unfortunately, there are people who advocate eating raw chicken and raw beef and things like that. All right, we got a guest. Nice. Oh, red-handed. Sure, you can come up. Keep tapping and sharing, guys. I know this live is always, you know, it's a little on the slower end, but if you guys can tap and share and all that stuff, hopefully we can get some guests on up. Hey, the person I just brought up, I don't know what happened. Did you mean to request? All right, I'm getting a call from the tube. Unfortunately, they can't hear you though, Snitch, which sucks. I'll see if I can try to make it happen, but it comes from the phone, and your voice gets heard through this. Hey, guest, how you doing?
What's up, brother? How are you doing?
I'm doing well. I'm doing well. I just need to know your age first of all. How old are you?
35.
35. All right. What do you disagree with that's on screen?
What's that?
What do you disagree with that's on screen?
Oh, I wasn't disagreeing with anything. I just figured since you didn't have any callers, I thought I would call in, say what's up.
Oh, okay. Well, hey, I appreciate
energy.
I appreciate it.
But we could talk about seed oils. What was on screen?
Is there something that you
seed oil?
Is there something that you disagree with in relation to seed oils? Like, do you think they're bad?
No. I think sunflower oil is probably, like, if you're gonna fry some food, probably your best alternative for like vegetable oil.
Okay.
But I don't think seed oils deserve all the hate that they have.
Yeah, no, I agree. Yeah, I mean, if you don't disagree, I'm really just looking for debates, so I'm looking for people who disagree.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay,
No, you're good,
my
though.
bad.
No worries. You're good. Let me go ahead and bring you down, but I appreciate it, man. Take care, okay? Maybe they might be able to hear you, Snitch, if I take off my headphones. Go ahead and speak. You speak? Yeah, I can't hear you. Yeah.
Hi.
Wait.
Either ways, I just.
Oh, wait, no. Now I can... But the thing is, I think YouTube would double hear you if I did that. I don't know. I'll figure out a way to make it work. Whatever.
Either ways, like all I would say is to what he said about like frying in seed oils. Like I don't think you should fry things in seed oils either. Like you just shouldn't be frying things in general for health. Like it's just not a health food. That's just my take.
Yeah, frying in general is probably not something you should do. You should minimize, definitely.
Yeah, like when I say like consume seed oils for health, I'm saying put it on your salads and like turn it into an aioli or something like that. Like that's fine.
Yeah, I think a lot of people conflate seed oils just with foods that happen to be unhealthy, like a lot of fast foods and processed foods in general, right? But like they're, I think, unfairly blaming the seed oils when it's all of the other combinations of things within processed foods that can make it harmful. So yeah, like when a lot of you guys like complain about, I don't know, McDonald's or this or that, it's not the seed oils. It's not the seed oils that are making it unhealthy. All right, everybody else, if you can keep tapping and sharing, that would be great. And we are looking for opposition, okay? So if you're on TikTok, hit the request button if you disagree. If you're on the tube, if you can call on in. Trump loves McDonald's because it has this Donald. Yeah, the echo was there before. Yeah, I know. I've been meaning to fix how I take in calls from the tube. I've been meaning to do that for a while because it gets really frustrating that the person I'm speaking to cannot hear the guest on screen, like a panelist. So it ends up just being a one-on-one. And yeah, I still need to fix that. Dakota, that has nothing to do with the topic at all. That is completely off topic. Well, I'll give it a little bit more, but if we don't get anybody, I may just wrap it up in a bit. I mean, I've already been live for hours. I was doing different topics for a bit, but I'll still give it a little bit more. Sometimes this topic can be slow in general, but I still would like to be able to speak to a few if we can. Raw milk carries pathogens, which can make people deathly ill. Yes. Seed oil, soy, and artificial sweeteners are fine in moderation. Yep. I agree. Because they make you feel like crap. Which ones make you feel like crap? Which ones specifically? Are you talking about all of them, or are you talking about one in particular? Chitter. Because again, if you're talking about seed oils, I would imagine you're probably referring to just processed food or unhealthy food in general. Seed oils and soy. What products with seed oils are you referring to that make you... Let me just come on up. Why don't you come up? I'd rather not debate through the comments. It's going to take too long to do it through the comments. Hit the accept button. Or not. But yeah, anyways, my question would be what food specifically with seed oils are you referring to that make you feel not good or like crap? Alright, well, I think it's starting to slow down a bit, guys. What time is it? It's already almost 7 o'clock, too. Shit. I can't wait for the whole Trump to be gone. No. Yeah, so, I mean, of course, if somebody's allergic to something or somebody just happens to not feel good from eating something, I'm not going to tell you to go ahead and eat it. But then you can't necessarily extrapolate that out to everybody and say it's a bad food. Right? Like some people are allergic to peanuts. You want to go around saying peanuts are bad because you have an allergic to it or you have an allergy to it.
By the way, I'm sorry for my cat meowing so much.
Oh, you're good. Jesse, it seems like you're talking to yourself here. Are you talking to me or are you talking to the comments? Mustard seed oil is absolutely terrible for you and the marijuana. Okay. For the invite? Did I invite you? I don't know. Did I invite you? I think sometimes it gets sent out to people. Like when I go live, I think sometimes it automatically just gets sent out. Because sometimes I get those from other people. You're allergic to sea salt, so anything is possible. You're allergic to sea salt? That's interesting.
I highly doubt that. I bet there's something like a contaminant in there.
Yeah, because I don't know how that would work.
If you were allergic to sea salt, well, if you were allergic to salt, then like you would kind of not be alive. Because like,
well, that's what I was sort of thinking.
Like sodium is like important for brain function. So like if you were allergic to salt, you just wouldn't be alive. It would probably be like an antigen from like seafood or something. Like I could see that being a reason. Like shellfish, like a really severe allergy to shellfish.
Oh yeah, no, some people have really severe allergies towards that, for sure. You've been on high dose flaxseed oil for years for your chronic dry eyes. I couldn't see without it. Wait, Katrina, were you the one that said that? No, that was Sharky. Cow milk can cause cancer? Are you referring to raw milk or just pasteurized milk or milk in general?
Raw milk could potentially cause cancer, but I don't know about pasteurized milk.
I've never even heard anybody claim that, actually. Like, I've obviously heard arguments against milk, but I've never heard of that one.
Specifically, so there's bovine leukemia virus, which has been found to infect human cells and is found in a lot of breast cancer tissue. So it's possible that either like exposure to small amounts of raw milk that is contaminating pasteurized milk, or maybe the consumption of raw milk could potentially contribute to breast cancer in some sort of way. But that is the going hypothesis. It's not very well researched, but it's very possible considering it can infect human cells.
The air can cause cancer. Prove me wrong. I don't know about that, Joey. All right, for anybody just joining, hope you guys are all having a good Sunday so far. If you disagree with the prompt, come on up. We don't need to yell or argue or whatever. We're just looking for people who have different opinions, and if you can provide evidence to back up your opinions. And same with those in the tube. Again, you can call on in. I got the phone number being posted. Yeah, Meg, I don't know where they're at. I mean, every time I do this live, like I said, it is a little bit on the slow end, but I normally at least get a couple. I'm not sure we even had anybody this time. Yeah, no, I do, Meg. Also, it seems every time I restart, the viewer count tends to get like a little lower and lower, and this was already like my third restart, or third live, second restart, so I think that probably has to do with it. People on the tube, I can't tell if you guys are arguing with each other or are you trying to say something to me. Like, I really cannot tell. I don't think you'll find many people arguing the point you have. Most people don't want to drink raw milk. I don't understand why I have this topic. I have this topic because it's a thing. I wouldn't just be making a topic for no reason. I promise you, if people drinking raw milk wasn't a thing, I would not make this a topic. If you go to Instagram or any social media for that matter, you're going to see an unfortunately sizable chunk of people that heavily advocate for raw milk. It's absolutely a thing. I wish it wasn't. I really wish it wasn't, but it 100% is. In fact, I would say when I do this live stream, most of the opposition I have come on up are people who disagree with the raw milk part. That's probably like the number one contention I get. So, yeah. It all just goes back to science misinformation, and that's why I'm doing this live, because I think there's a lot of misinformation when it comes to science. There's a lot of like people that have lost complete trust in science, and I think people just naturally veer towards other things, unfortunately, things that are backed by science, and I think it's become a problem. Do I have a political angle? I mean, on this specific topic, not necessarily. I mean, this isn't about political ideology, you know? Like, this isn't about a progressive ideology or a conservative ideology. It is about scientific, sound information, though, but that's not inherently political. Has there actually been a group arguing that soy is bad? Yes. I'm sure you've heard the term soy boy. It's a really common thing that people like to say. Yeah, the number one thing I hear about soy is that they think it increases estrogen or lowers testosterone or something like that. So yeah, that one's also relatively common. If humans want to drink raw milk, it needs to be human milk. Raw cow milk is not compatible. Those some may tolerate it. Okay. Well, yes, Meg. Yes, that's sort of where that soy boy thing stems from. This idea that eating soy just makes you feminine. And again, guys, I understand there's people that have been drinking raw milk for a while. I see that in the comments. I get it. Okay? When we're saying something is bad, that doesn't mean that every single time you consume said thing that you are going to get some negative health effects. It simply just means in relation to the alternative, it is more dangerous. Can you get away with drinking it for a while? Sure. Can people drink it their entire life and not get sick? Sure. Doesn't mean the increased risk is not there. Yes, Kingman. There is a big, big overlap between raw milk lovers and people who deny the moon landing. Yes. A lot of people that I speak to in relation to this topic also have other conspiracy theories. So that's also partly why I do it, because when people are susceptible to certain types of misinformation like this, they become more susceptible to other misinformation that's even more outlandish, like flat Earth, moon landing, etc. So there's like a huge pipeline for that stuff. It's really concerning. Soy contains phytoestrogens. Again, you're going to have to provide evidence that soy lowers testosterone. Okay, we all know that they contain phytoestrogens. You're going to have to demonstrate that that lowers testosterone. Ty Price, whatever your name is. All the evidence points otherwise. If you look at all of the human randomized controlled trials when they give people soy, and sometimes large amounts of soy in some of the studies, there is no changes of testosterone. Anyone claiming a flat or round Earth has never left Earth. Hi, Gigi. How you doing? Thank you, Mrs. Thank you. All right. Well, I think it might be time to end it, everyone. It's pretty slow. So
Damn.
I do appreciate. Yeah, I know. I was hoping we can get at least a few people. Next time when I do the live, I'll do this one first because usually the first live I do of the day just tends to get to most people for whatever reason. So I'll do it then. But yeah, sorry guys, it happens. What are you gonna do? Wait, hold on. I do want to read this YouTube comment, though. Your trials that prove otherwise were conducted and paid for by pharmaceutical and industrial interest. Okay, buddy. So you're impossible to talk to because any evidence that's given to you, you're just going to say is paid off by somebody. So you just are using your vibes and feelings, I suppose. But I promise you, if you look at human randomized control trials in relation to soy, I guarantee you not all of them are funded by who you say they are. You don't even bother to look at it. That's just your instinctual response. Anyways, guys, I appreciate everybody watching. If you enjoyed the live, click the follow button on the top left on TikTok. If you're on the tube, make sure you subscribe. Snitch, anything else?
Nope.
Alrighty. Well, good seeing you. I hope you have a good rest of your day, okay?
You too.
Alrighty. Take care. And Ty, I expect next time for you to provide evidence of these things. Otherwise, you're just a fucking idiot.